What's up, everybody? This is your boy Tech G back with another video. And in this video, you will learn about behavioral security concepts such as expectations of privacy, written policies and procedures, and the handling of confidential information. So in the following sections, you will learn about what levels of privacy you can expect with different types of computer and software use when it comes to things such as the internet, social networking sites, email, file sharing, instant messaging, mobile applications, desktop software, the Microsoft Store, the App Store, Linux, business software, and the corporate network. So the internet connects computers and devices around the world with each other and also represents the biggest threat to privacy for everyone who uses it or has their information placed on it. While an increasing number of websites now support secure connections using the HTTPS protocol instead of the insecure HTTP protocol, privacy threats come from some websites in the form of tracking cookies. Search for products and services with leading browsers and search engines typically store tracking cookies on your system. These tracking cookies are used to deliver targeted ads in news and information websites and can be used by malware to record and send your search history to hackers. So here's how to access cookie settings on your leading browser. So with Google Chrome, you will go to the address bar and enter Chrome //settings/content/cookies. In Opera, you will open the menu tab, then you will scroll down to cookies. In Firefox, you would open the menu or the three-line icon, click options, click privacy and security, scroll down to cookies and site data. Internet Explorer, open the menu or the gearbox icon, click internet options, click the privacy tab, select sites to change cookie settings for specific sites, or advanced to configure general cookie settings. For Microsoft Edge, open the menu or the three-dot icon, click View Advanced Settings and scroll down to Cookies. And Safari, click the Safari button in the menu bar, click Preferences, click Privacy, scroll down to the Block Cookies section. E-commerce websites that are not adequately protected against attack can expose your information to theft. To achieve a reasonable level of internet privacy, users need to take these steps to help ensure that they can maintain some type of privacy on the internet. So what you can do, you can use virtual private networking, VPN connections to remote servers. VPN connections are encrypted. Many VPN services work with mobile devices as well as computers. You can switch to a browser that provides greater privacy protection such as Tor, Brave, or Epic. You can switch to a search engine that does not track searches such as DuckDuckGo. You can use a single-use credit card, also known as a virtual credit card, for online shopping. And you can use a secure payment service such as Apple Pay, PayPal, or Google Pay for online shopping. Social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter make it easy to share information with friends and followers, but users should not believe that their posted information will not go any further. Ways you can enjoy social networking without revealing too much information are: do not overshare your life, tweak the privacy settings in your social networking apps, don't overshare about your work, and make sure you know who the connection really is, and do not get duped by impersonators. Email. The expectation of privacy in email can be divided into two sections: the routing information and the content. Just as with telephone numbers and postal mail addresses, the to and from information and other information used to route a message cannot be expected to be private. However, the contents of an email message that have been sent can be generally expected to remain private until delivered. To ensure the privacy of email during transit, use a secure email protocol such as Secure Socket Layer, Transport Layer Security, or SSL/TLS. A major exception to the privacy expectations of email contents takes place when a corporate, education, or business network or email system reminds users that log in that their use of the network or email system is monitored. Public internet access via Wi-Fi at kiosks, libraries, coffee shops, hotels, airports, and business centers often use captive portals for free access. To use Wi-Fi internet access, you must agree to the provider's accepted use policies, which frequently include provisions for monitoring. File sharing. Any type of file sharing has some potential privacy issues. Software as a service, such as Dropbox and OneDrive, take care of the infrastructure needed for cloud file sharing, but the organization is still responsible for people and data issues. Some of the people issues that cloud file sharing can have include insider threats, phishing attacks, and what happens if an authorized user's credentials are lost or compromised. Data issues can include malware, which can spread to all users of an organization's shared cloud storage, how to classify data, file permissions, and encryption. To help organizations protect their cloud file sharing assets, some companies offer cloud security services that work in a similar fashion to a local or network security app. Another threat to privacy is the use of peer-to-peer file sharing services such as Nutella and BitTorrent. These are often used for illegal downloads. If illegal downloads are shared over a corporate network, users can put a company in legal jeopardy. And many peer-to-peer apps make it easy to share folders that contain confidential information with other users. Peer-to-peer is useful in creating mesh-type network services, but if peer-to-peer is used for file sharing, it can threaten privacy. File sharing using built-in operating system features can also be a security risk. With some operating systems, it is possible to disable password-protected file sharing. However, this is very risky and is not recommended. To share folders with other users, you must create an account for each user on the system. For truly secure file sharing, consider one of the following methods. So PGP are pretty good privacy. OpenPGP or NewPG, they use public key cryptography to send and receive files securely. You can use encrypted instant messaging apps. If your current IM apps or instant messaging apps do not support encryption, consider using OTR or off-the-record messaging, which can be added to some existing instant messaging apps, or switch to an instant message app that does support encryption. You can create a one-time pad for use by the sender and receiver of a message. A one-time pad is a random pre-shared key containing the same or longer amounts of random characters used to encrypt the message. The message can only be deciphered by someone with the same one-time pad. This method has been widely used in espionage. And you can use secure file transfer methods such as Secure Shell or SSH, or Secure File Transfer Protocol, SFTP. SSH, which creates a secure tunnel over a public network for transferring confidential information. It can also be used for secure remote control. Instant messaging. So instant messaging can lead to privacy issues because instant messages do not vanish when they're received. They stay around on the sender's device, the receiver's device, and may be stored for some period of time by the messaging provider. If an instant message has revealed something that should have been kept private or confidential, more people than the sender and receiver could read it. Users of instant message apps should be just as careful about what they send and whom they send it to as with email or other communications. Keep in mind that spam exists in the instant message world as well as in email. Spam, which is spam IM or spam instant messaging, can be used to send malware, pornographic links, or other undesirable material. Ways to fight back against spam include accepting messages only from your contact list. Only from your contact list. You can use spam blockers on corporate networks and report spam text messaging. Some instant messaging apps include additional privacy and security features such as encryption, screenshot warning or blocking, and self-destructing messages. You have apps such as Private, Wire, Wicker, Telegram, Signal, and Confide. These are some of the instant messaging apps that you can choose from. A self-destructing message is a message that will delete itself after the message is open and read. It might also use a timer that counts down from the time the message was open or from the time the message was sent to determine when to destroy the message. Mobile applications. So most mobile apps are free and some cost a few dollars to license. In exchange for free or low cost access, mobile apps require access to a lot of your device's features. Some of the permissions mobile apps require could compromise your privacy. IT departments can use mobile device management or MDM software to monitor what mobile devices are doing, manage them, and to keep them secure. MDM can work with a mix of providers and devices that use different mobile operating systems. IT departments can also manage and enable apps on both corporate and end-user owned mobile devices used in particular organizations by using mobile application management or MAM. So here are 7 best practices for mobile application security. You can implement security measures at the application layer. Do not limit tools to just anti-malware. Only download apps from trusted enterprise app stores. Ensure the app does not save passwords, encrypt data in transit, quote unquote, listen to the traffic that flows between the mobile app and the web server, and contain critical corporate data. Desktop software. Desktop software might seem more private than mobile devices, but users must use several techniques to make a reasonable expectation of privacy a reality. Some of the methods to use include the following: setting up screen locks. A screen lock can be a static image or a screensaver that is displayed in place of your normal display when the system is locked, either before you log in or by temporarily locking the screen. To lock the screen in Windows, press the Windows key plus L and the L key. To lock a screen in macOS with High Sierra, which is version 10.13.x or newer, press Command, Control, and Q. With older versions of Mac, use Control, Shift, and Eject. In Linux, screen locking can be done from the command line or from the GUI. Another thing you can do, you can set up whitelists, which are allowed websites, or blacklists, which are blocked websites in your browser. If you use an operating system that supports controls for child accounts, such as parental controls in Mac or family in Windows 10, you can use the family control software blacklist whitelist feature for websites and for apps. You can also use intrusion detection software to help detect and stop network-based intrusion. You can install encryption software for drives, files, and email. And you can use stenography, which hides information such as text or images inside a different type of document. Microsoft Store. So when you view an app on the Microsoft Store, just scroll down to the section that says this app can, to see what an app will have permission to do if you decide to install it. So here's an example. So let's just say you decide you want to install Skype, which provides voice, text, and video chat. These are some of the things that this app will be able to do once you install it. It can use your webcam, use your mic. It can access your contents. It can access your internet connection icon, access your home. It can read your contact information, query licensing policies. It can make use of your SMS and your MMS messages, and it can do a whole bunch of stuff. You just have to go through when you click on these apps and read everything that these apps are asking you, are telling you that they're going to do once you download it to your phone. Now, when you go to the App Store with Mac, the App Store apps, they are not granted permissions by default. App Store apps request individual permissions to use features such as location, contacts, and so on. The user grants or denies each permission, and users can view or change permissions by opening System Preferences, Security, and Privacy. Linux supports file permissions, but does not have a standard way to view or control app permissions. Business software. So business software's principal privacy issues center around the storage of personally identifiable information, also known as PII, which can be found in the file's metadata. PII is information that can be used to determine a person's location, identity, contact info, organization the person is involved with, etc. Metadata is data that provides information about data. For example, metadata in a file is information about the app or device that created it, the date and time it was created, when it was last modified, who last viewed it, keywords, author, name of words, print dimensions, and to include any hidden text that might be in it. Corporate network. Most corporations monitor employees' emails, telephones, and mobile devices over the corporate network. Unless a legally binding policy of employee privacy has been provided by the employer, employees should not regard email, instant messaging, or other computer or device uses as private. Always expect that your boss is looking at your internet activity, network activity. Written policies and procedures. So most organizations have an acceptable use policy, or also known as an AUP, that employees, associates, or students must sign as a condition of getting network access. An AUP defines what users are permitted to do or banned from doing with the organization's network or internet access. It might also specify what steps to take in the event of other employees' misuse of devices, or if a virus or malware is detected. If an AUP is not signed and the employee uses the network or the internet, or if the AUP does not clearly provide rules on internet and network access, privacy issues can result. If an AUP needs to be delivered or revised, here are some of the issues that should be included in such policies. Rules regarding employee email use, whether employees can use company-owned equipment for shopping, email, or other personal tasks, when employees can use company-owned equipment, such as on their lunch breaks or whatever, use of personal devices, such as bring your own device, or a BOYD policy, where you can bring your own smartphone or tablets to connect to the company network, and what state laws that you might be required to include and follow as a part of your AUP policy. The handling of confidential information. So the handling of confidential information safely is a critical part of any organization's IT functions. Mishandled information can result in widespread identity theft, loss of company secrets, etc. Some general procedures help protect confidential information include the following. Do not download or open emails with unexpected attachments. Use password protected screensavers or lock screens when the device is not in use or if the user is not present. Use network storage for backups. Make sure all updates for the operating system, apps, and other functions are installed. This might require the user to log off. Make sure users are trained in security issues that concern their work. Password policies should cover minimum length, complexity requirements, periodic password changes, and whether and when old passwords can be changed. Personal information is information about a specific individual, such as full name and nicknames, address, telephone or mobile numbers, email, citizenship, employment status, salary, department photo, credit ratings, and similar. If this information is compromised, an individual could be targeted for identity theft, robbery, assault, or other crimes. Personal information should be accessible only on a need-to-know basis, and it should be stored on a secure network server and should never be stored on mobile devices unless strong encryption is used to protect the contents. Printed information of these types should be stored securely and shredded when it is no longer needed. Customer information is information held by an organization about its current, former, and prospective customers. This information could include company name, contact information, customer address, phone and mobile numbers, email address, fax number, country, purchasing history, current proposals, etc. If this information is compromised, other companies could use it in an attempt to take away your customers by spreading rumors, changing prices or terms, or doing some other things they probably have no business doing. And finally, company confidential information. So company confidential information is information that a company uses to conduct its business, such as trade secrets, processes, sales, purchases, customer lists, accounting data, etc. All right. So that is our quick class. Let's get into some check on learning. So the first question is, before you install a mobile app, you notice that the app wants to access your contact list and GPS navigation. These are examples of which of the following? Would this be personal information? Would this be permissions? Would this be file sharing? Or would this be privacy? So this app wants to access your contact list and your GPS navigation. This would be an example of permissions. Permissions, ladies and gentlemen. It's either going to ask for permission or it's just going to do it. And you preferably want one that asks you for permission first. Next question. You are part of a task force developing a privacy policy for your company. Which of the following do you need to add to the policy to cover personal smartphone usage? Would it be BYOD policy? Would it be BYOB policy? Would it be permissions policy? Or would it be IM policy? So you need to come up with a privacy policy that allows its employees to use their personal devices on the company network. The correct answer would be a BYOD policy, or bring your own device policy. Final question. Which of the following is a network protocol that establishes a secure tunnel allowing remote users to log in securely? Would this be MDM? Would this be SSH? Would this be HTTP? Or would this be one-time pad or OTP? So which of the following is a network protocol that establishes a secure tunnel allowing remote users to log in securely? That would be SSH, or secure shell. All right, so in summary, we have talked about behavioral security concepts, where we talked about expectations of privacy, written policies and procedures, and the handling of confidential information. For more information on this subject, please visit my website, technologyg.com, so you can get read up on the latest and greatest to help you successfully pass your CompTIA IT Fundamentals Certification exam. And until next video, ladies and gentlemen, peace.